हेलो सर, नमस्ते सबको।
नमस्ते संग्राम जी।
वाह जेडी सर, मान गए।
Look, before we start, I really want to compliment Prakash bhai. We were walking this morning in the garden, and for the first time after 5 months, we said, okay, let's have a coffee together. We went to Ole's team. We had a chat, and I told him, Prakash, something has to be done in this situation for especially the poor people who can't even afford. We should forget our Diwali celebrations and do it. And very generously offered 1 crore of rupee to Mukul Madhav and Yuva with one shot. I think Harish Fabiani has also come on the line. Harish, how
Hi,
are
sir.
you?
I'm
Yesterday,
good.
I was walking with him, and he took me all around the Groner Square, which I had not been there for 5 months. And he was also generous. He said, give me the bank account. Where should I remit the money? I said, I will ask my daughter to give the bank account and you will have it.
We'll do that. We'll do that, sir.
So kind of you, and I think we are ready to get the ball rolling. We are live on Facebook, and thousands of students and thousands of philanthropists are going to be listening to these words of wisdom. Truly grateful to two special guests who have come, and the two special guests are Chandatai, who is a widow and who has HIV and has been a great inspiration, and Monit Pal, who's a young student, engineering student from a very humble background and who got 99 percentile. So all the panelists who are here, all of you, we are so grateful. I don't think that we can get you all together in one room, but we are grateful to Corona that we could get all of you together in a Zoom room. I just quickly want to share one incident that happened yesterday and which has kept me up. That is, by the way, my name is Amitabh Shah from YUVA Unstoppable, and a lot of you are my friends and patrons, and we have worked a lot across India. But yesterday, one of the girls, whose name is Rutvika Loda, she is 16 years old, and she came to me, and her father drives a rickshaw. And her father got COVID because one of the customers had Corona and did not tell him. She told me, sir, we live in a one-bedroom house, and me and my mom and my brother have been sleeping outside the house so that my dad is quarantined. And right now the schools are shut. So we study online. And in a broken smartphone that I have, I don't get proper coverage. So every morning I have to go to the terrace, and it is scorching hot in the terrace. We come down after 3 hours, completely perspiring. So as we sit in our air-conditioned homes on this Zoom call, I want you to think of Rutvika, who every morning sweats for 3 hours in a hot terrace without any AC so that she can study further. And she was not complaining. She was grateful. Anyways, friends, we have got with us today our partners, YUVA Unstoppable and Mukul Madhav Foundation have come together to create an initiative called Give with Dignity. So, of course, all of us are here to listen to your views on philanthropy and kindness, and it's going to be rapid fire. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be boring like the usual panel discussions. You will see that soon. But I've got my friend and someone who's extremely inspiring, Ritu Chabaria, the managing trustee of Mukul Madhav, and she's also the heart of Give with Dignity. So I'm going to request her to briefly share a little bit about the campaign before we start the panel discussion. Ritu, take it away.
Thank you, Amitabh. Thank you so much, Amitabh ji. First of all, I am really overwhelmed to see so many people who have come on this platform, and I am really, really grateful. So here I begin. Dear respected friends and our very dear eminent panelists and viewers across the globe, I thank you on behalf of Mukul Madhav Foundation, YUVA Unstoppable, Finolex Industries, the entire team of Give with Dignity for your acceptance to grace this very important occasion with your presence, support, and blessings. Give with Dignity, my brainchild, was born and brought out to implementation only a month ago. A month ago seemed like this may not be possible. The reach I dreamt of was pan-India. So you can imagine it did give me the jitters. But then again, I have learned from the best, my hero, my dad, that nothing is impossible. I am possible is what we need to repeat, and the universe will conspire with the positivity. So here we are, a month later. Give with Dignity has now been registered as a trademark under Mukul Madhav Foundation. We have joined hands with like-minded friends, corporates, and institutions who have the same belief and ethos, that is, to support one and all. I would like to thank Amitabh Shah of YUVA Unstoppable, who heard and saw this mission and accepted without hesitation to come on board and began to connect all the dots. Amitabh ji is a link that was much needed as we took shape with this initiative. In time, I was connected with Mr. J.D. Majetia and Mr. Sangram Singh. As you see, we are all from varied backgrounds, but have come together for this noble cause, Give with Dignity. Our mission is to support livelihood pan-India by procuring drug ration and necessities from micro, small, and medium enterprises, self-help groups, and small farmers across India to feed over 50,000 families. We intend to buy local, give local, very much in line with our PM's vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. This initiative was blessed by Shri Nitin Gadkari ji, Minister of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in Government of India. And after this, there has been no stopgap. We have come a long way meeting and connecting with individuals and corporates and institutions who have brought so much support and encouragement. In addition to this, we have established links with multiple self-help groups in 23 states out of 28 states of India to support our vision to reach 50,000 households pan-India. Our Give with Dignity kit has a content for a family of 4 for approximately 21 days. Food essentials, hygiene essentials, and Diwali diyas to bring better spirits during the festive season that we look forward to. Our kits intend to reach marginalized communities, some known and some that have been forgotten. As we all face challenging times today and in months to come, we must unite and encourage to help morally and elevate our communities. A phone call away were the blessings from Swamiji. Divine blessings are always needed for each one of my initiatives. Sadhvi ji and her team have helped me identify beneficiaries and self-help groups in Uttarakhand. I am blessed to have both Swamiji and Sadhvi ji here from the Parmarth Ashram to grace this occasion. I would like to take a special moment to thank my husband, my backbone, Mr. Prakash Chabria, Executive Chairman Finolex, and his marketing team, who have entrusted us at the Mukul Foundation to carry out their festive distribution through Give with Dignity. I must congratulate all the Finolex regional managers and state heads for their unstinted support. Pan-India and ground beneficiaries and for the ground verifications of self-help groups and beneficiaries. Team MMF and YUVA Unstoppable, thank you very much for this great support, and I'm sure that we will have a grand and smooth transition as we move along and have this as seamless as possible. A special mention to my friend Arushi Varma, who's worked tirelessly to connect us in the northern region. Mr. Gaurav Kumar, who has very kindly extended his support in UP. Ashok Leland and Hinduja Foundation for connecting us with like-minded institutions. We are grateful to Marico, Cavalcare, Godrej, SBI, JW Marriott Pune, and Indus Ind and all our corporate donors and individuals who've come forth to support our vision. This morning, we had a great big surprise from a family friend, Mr. Prakash Loya of Indorama, who made this Saturday morning an even more happier and brighter day. He has pledged 1 crore this morning. That means our vision of 50,000 kits will be bigger and grander by another 9,090 kits. I would like to end with a short quote. Kindness is a wonderful way to let another struggling soul know that there is still love in this world. With this, I thank you all for being here and gracing us. Thank you very much to each one of you, and I look forward to keeping you updated as we move forward in the next 1 month with our distributions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rituji. And I think the idea is simple: to buy and procure ration, sanitary gear, as well as Diwali gear from the poorest of poor farmers and SMEs, and give it to the daily wagers and make Diwali of at least 100,000 families brighter. That is the simple Give With Dignity campaign's mission, and almost 22 states, as Rituji said. So we've got 2 beneficiaries who we quickly want to share their experience. Okay, what kind of people will receive these kits? What kind of people's Diwali will be better because of this? And the first lady is Chandatai, who has got HIV for 20 years. She was selling incense sticks outside a temple. She has no husband. Her husband passed away, but she has got an indomitable spirit, and she's going to be one of the widows who's going to receive this care package this Diwali. So Chandatai Gadge, I would request her to share her experience.
नमस्ते सर, मेरा नाम चंदाबेन राजू भाई गाड़गे, मैं 48 साल की हूँ और अहमदाबाद में रहती हूँ और 15 साल से HIV पॉजिटिव हूँ और 18 साल हुए मेरे घर वाले गुजर गए जब भी मेरी लड़की 13 साल की थी। और जब से मैं फाफड़ा भरने का चालू किया, अगरबत्ती बनाने का चालू किया और महीने का 1500 या 2000 आता पगार आता था, मतलब उसमें मैं घर चलाती थी, बच्ची की पढ़ाई किया और बच्ची ने TY BCom किया। उसके बाद लड़की की शादी हो गई और उसके बाद लड़की की शादी होने के बाद मैंने खिचड़ी चालू किया बेचने का और घर से बना के लेके जाती थी बस में और मंदिर के बाहर बैठ के बेचती थी। और ऐसे करते करते 6 महीने निकल गए। 6 महीने के बाद लॉकडाउन चालू हुआ। लॉकडाउन के बाद प्रार्थना करती कि भगवान मुझे कुछ ऐसे ये दे, कुछ से मदद मिले, कुछ मुझे अनाज की किट कोई दे। ऐसा हुआ, एक दिन का अनाज की किट मुझे मिल गई और ऐसी बड़ी मिली क्या मुझे महीने का राशन मिल गया और बाद में प्रोटीन पाउडर मिला और पैकिंग का काम मिला और पैकिंग का काम मिला, उससे मैं लाइट बिल भरी और मेरा दूध पानी का खर्चा निकल गया और प्रोटीन पाउडर मिला। ऐसे मुझे पैसे की मदद करते रहो या अनाज की किट देते रहो और थैंक यू।
Thank you, Chandatai. So we have, so Lord Archer is going to translate that for us. No, I'm joking. So Chandatai, basically, we have identified 500 such widows who are suffering from HIV and they need the proteins and the nutrition just to stay alive and to feed their families. So thank you so much, Chandatai. I would quickly like to move on to Monit Pal, who's a brilliant student who will be speaking in English. And over to you, Monit.
Thank you, sir. So hello and namaste to one and all present here, virtually of course. My name is Monit Pal and I live in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. My father is a clerk in a private firm and my mother cooks food in the neighborhood to survive our financial needs. I have an elder brother who is a chartered accountancy student. Well, talking about the place where I live in a small 10 by 10 feet room, in a single 10 by 10 feet room. And that room means a lot to me. That room means the world to me because that room is my bedroom, that is my study room, that is my dining area, everything. and living in the same and studying hard against all the odds, I have secured 99.87 percentile rank in my 10th Gujarat board examination.
But टेप white होनी चाहिए ना, बैग दिखेंगे, अंदर मार दो फिर.
But that's not all, because the difficulties, the challenges arose right after that, because I had to choose my stream, okay, in which I was planning to build my future. And from the childhood, I was, that kind of fascinating about the science stream, but the financial cushion which one needs to, pursue the science stream was not at all there with my family. So I was kind of disappointed. But at that time, YUVA Unstoppable came into my life, and everything was changed after that. They had not just helped financially, but also gave tremendous mental guidance. And I got what I wanted from the childhood. I got admission in the science stream, and finally, studying in the same room, I got 98.7 percentile rank in my 12th Gujarat board examination. And those numbers were enough to make my position fixed in the #1 government engineering college in Gujarat, which is the LD College of Engineering. So right now I am a student of civil engineering. I am in the 5th semester of it. But that's not all. Not only this, YUVA has helped a number of financially challenged families in this hard pandemic times. Okay, not only me, my friends, many poor families have received the rationing kits and sanitization kits from them. And I came to know that you dignitaries are also going to help us. And I must say that it will be a great help for us. And I'm thankful to you. I'm thanking you in advance with dignity. So
thank you so much, Monit. That was very inspiring. So friends, we've got thousands of students like these that Rituji and their team has identified across the country who will be getting these ration kits during Diwali. I would like to move on to the panel discussion so that we can hear all of you. There's a lot of you. Like I said, this is not a normal panel discussion when one person speaks for 5 minutes and everybody else yawns. I'm going to request each one of you. This is a rapid fire. Welcome, Mr. Piramal. This is a rapid fire panel discussion. I'm going to request each one of you to only answer in 2 lines. You cannot take more than 2 lines to answer a question. If you do, there's a little naughty child behind me here who's got a thali, and they're going to start, making noise on the thali. So I'm going to request you to just keep your answer to 2 lines, and I'm going to come to you multiple times. My wife last night told me, how dare you call such legends, so many lords, Mr. Piramal, GP uncle, how dare you call so many people and ask them to just answer in 2 lines? So with a joke, I said with a smile that most of the panelists are men, so maybe they can keep it brief. Of course, I slept on the couch. That's why I've got dark circles. But we'll begin right away. And I request all of you, please keep your answers brief. And here we go. The panel discussion begins now. I'm going to ask a question, and then I'm going to request one of you to answer. So all of you have to be on your feet. All of you have to be attentive, because kiska naam lunga, you will not know. So my first question is, what is the ultimate purpose of life? And I would like to start with Pradeep Dhamecha. Pradeep Dhamecha, in 2 lines, if you can please answer, what is the ultimate purpose of life?
I think basically the purpose of life for me is really to live as a decent human being and ensure that we have beautiful relationships with everyone that we interact with, not only on a daily basis, but even infrequently. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. I would like to move on to Mr. Piramal of VIP, who's a great patriot of India. Sir, what is the purpose of life according to you?
Well, I will take your question very literally. There is no purpose of life, but you're born because your parents were married and all that. And so you're born, so there's no purpose of life. But if you ask me what should be the purpose of life or something more like that, what should be, I would say answer what my predecessor has said, that you should lead a good life. If you cannot do anything good, you should not harm anybody else.
Beautiful, unique answer. Moving on to Mr. Vijay Patel of Waymed Pharma.
Hi.
Hello.
I think there are three things I'll try to live by in my life: is see no evil, do no evil, and hear no evil. And I think that conducts my being on this earth quite well. And if I can serve humanity, I should and I will.
Beautiful. You mentioned, I think Gandhi ji ke teen mandar ki baat aapne kar di.
Correct.
We go next to Lord Rami Ranger. Rami Ranger, sir, you've been tweeting some amazing things. What is the ultimate purpose of life?
The purpose of life is to add value to the world we inherited.
To do best.
I will also say the purpose of life is not just to make money, but it is also to give benefit to those who are less fortunate. I'm a Sikh, so I was given three things: work hard, share your fortune, and remember the Almighty God who has blessed you with such a beautiful life. Life's purpose is to bring about changes. We inherited this world because people before us, like Gandhi ji, Guru Gobind Singh ji, they paid supreme sacrifices. They worked so, Bhagat Singh, so we could inherit the world. We have Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King. So all these people, life is not just to live a selfish life and just come and go. People on your panel, they have actually brought about changes in the United Kingdom. Karan Billy is one who has brought India so close to Britain that we can just jump across the English Channel. So Gopi ji has been a role model. A community is as great as its leaders. So Gopi ji has been an inspiration to me. Yeah, and I want to share you 1 minute. It's a very important.
Sir, Lord Ranger, sorry, the rules of this panel discussion are just 2 lines. So thank you.
But after that, I want to give you a very good solution to the job you started.
Absolutely, sir. I'm going to come back to you again and again. GP uncle.
You see, I can only give you from my own experience. The purpose of life is to enlighten your soul. Once you enlighten your soul, you really get the real happiness of life. And that you can only get by giving away with dignity and helping others. Once you help others, serve others, it's not necessary only with money, but giving good service, helping others in any means will enlighten your soul. Once your soul is enlightened, you have a permanent happiness and you understand what life is.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think enlightenment and giving with dignity. Now I know where Rituji got that campaign name from. Next, I would like to move to the second question. And the second question is to Lord Jeffrey Archer. Is going to kick this off because he loves India so much. He is the highest selling author in India's history. Lord Archer, if you had a magic wand, what is one thing that you would change about India? In 2 lines, please, sir.
Wouldn't be about India. It would be about the world.
Wow.
We would all be one color and one religion. And I think that would solve most of our problems.
That is deep and that is beautiful. Moving on to Lord Rumi Virji. Sir, you are a top philanthropist. You care about India deeply. And I'm still enamored by the wonderful advice you gave me a couple of years ago. What do you think is one thing you would change about India?
Well, I'm very inspired by the work that you do and by your motto that Gandhiji's motto of be the change you want to see in the world. And I think just another thing that Gandhiji said was, in a gentle way, you can shake the world. And that's where I think India can lead the world. In its gentleness and its kindness, it can really shape the world. And that's what I would like to see India leading the world in that way.
Beautiful. We do have the soft power. Thank you. I'd like to move to the young guy who's managing billions and billions of dollars in energy. He's Forbes 30 under 30. Ganesh of Ramas Capital. Ganesh, what would you change with a magic wand?
Thank you, Amitabh. It's not limited to India, but I would say if we were to have this call in 5 or 10 years' time, I'd like to see more than half this call be represented by women. I think it's a source of power for India and its future.
Quite right.
I think
stuck
that's
on the bottom of this screen. I noticed they're stuck on the bottom of this screen. All the men are in the top 10 places. Bring the women up onto the top places now.
Please.
That's just your screen, Jeffrey. They're on top in all of our screens. So moving on to the next person for this question is Prakash Chhabria, who's been the biggest supporter of Give It Dignity, and to Rituji, and his sense of humor always enamors me. Sir, what is one thing you would change if you had a magic wand?
I would like that all the people of India, not only India, but the whole world, to be able to get food and water whenever they want. Because if a human being can eat and his stomach is full and he gets water, everything goes away. The boundaries, the borders, everything goes away. So I would wish for food and water.
Amazing. Could not have said it better. Food and water. Of course, we have Swamiji, Chidanand Saraswati ji with us, who's so inspiring. I met him in Ahmedabad and I'd launched a book with the Chief Minister, Anandiben Patel, on sanitation with him. Swamiji, you are known for your powerful one-liners. In one line, sir, if you had to say, what is one thing that you would change with your magic wand? Wo kya hogi?
Just love everyone. Very important. And love is a universal value. It's not only Indian value. But I want to, because you said Indians, remember, understand the great wealth, the great spiritual, cultural heritage they already have. And our values are so wonderful. They are very universal. Love all, serve all, hate none, and help all.
Wah, 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 wah. Mujhe Krishna ki yaad aa gayi. Next, I would like to move on, sir, to Sangram Singh. Sangram Singh, the world wrestling champion, sir. आप क्या बताएंगे संग्राम जी, अगर इंडिया में एक चीज आपको चेंज लाना हो तो?
I suggest that we should live selfless life. We should help needy people. Life में तब तक मेहनत करो जब तक आप सक्सेस नहीं हो जाते. सक्सेस हो जाओ तो फिर दूसरों की मदद करो. The best living is giving. यही चेंज करूंगा मैं.
Live a selfless life, and I know you, and I know you live a selfless life, संग्राम जी. जेब में 5 रुपए हो या ना हो, पर आप चैरिटी बड़ी करा देते हो. सुबह से रात एक ही चीज करते हो. The third question, I would like to move to Lord Billy Moria. Thank you for gracing us of Cobra Beer. If, sir, you could go on dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would that be?
Without a doubt, I would like to go with Mahatma Gandhi. And so much of what he's done has inspired all of us. And I think asking both your questions, answering them, to bring a smile on every face in every corner of India, and education being the priority, with every child having that opportunity. And in terms of the purpose of life, is very simple. Not just be the best in the world, but be the best for the world. Not just what you do, but how you do it. And if the purpose of each one of us could just leave a legacy from our actions that can inspire generations ahead of us, we would have achieved something.
I think Lord Billy Moria Gandhi Bapu would be smiling from heaven. That was a beautiful answer. I would like to next go back to Vijay Patel, who we are all also waiting to find the cure for COVID. Vijay uncle, who's one person you would want to go on dinner with, dead or alive?
Our current Prime Minister Modi ji has done wonders for the country, and I would love to see or hear him out over dinner for what he has done for India in the last 7 years, I guess, and what he's trying to do, and be of any help I could be for him to achieve what he's trying out to do there.
One thing I liked, Vijay uncle, is you said our Prime Minister. You've been living in UK for such a long time, but your heart is in India. That's why you said our Prime Minister. And I know that Mr. Piramal will join you for that dinner. Next person on the list is Pradeep Dhamecha. Pradeep ji, who would you want to go on dinner with?
I think it's inspiring to hear some of the important people who have touched our lives. But for me, it still will be my father. My father has really been my mentor, my guru, and he means everything to me. Unfortunately, I lost him earlier this year. We were very close. I still miss him. So he has really inspired me to be who I am. So I'd still like to go with dinner with my father if I could.
और मैं बताना चाहूंगा in Jamnagar there's only two people who are popular. It is Pradeep Dhamecha and Mukesh Ambani. Mukesh Ambani for the factory, but Pradeep Dhamecha for hospitals, schools, colleges. Their family, Laduma Foundation, has done so much there. I would next want to ask the same question because we have wonderful divine Sadhvi ji with us as well. And Sadhvi ji is UNICEF's WASH ambassador for the interfaith panel. Sadhvi ji, who do you want to go?
So I think if I could go, forget dinner even, I wouldn't worry about the food. But if I could spend time with anyone, it would be with Mirabai. Because as we emphasize the importance and we feel and we know the importance of the energy of those in whose presence we are, that to be in the presence of one who is so fully immersed in bhakti, in love, in oneness with God, that to be in her presence would fill me up so much with all of that and to give me that beautiful blessing of being able to ultimately, as she did, merge so completely into that divine oneness.
Can we hear you for 2 hours? Can we keep hearing for 2 hours? My whole energy just became peaceful listening to you. Over to you, GP uncle. Who is one person dead or alive जो आप time spend करोगे खाने पे?
Sir, let me tell you, I always believe in people with positive vibrations, because positive vibrations enlightens your soul.
Yes.
And in positive vibration, you can achieve everything what you want. Positive vibration comes only from individuals who have no anger, no envy and vengeance, and they always are smiling. And to find such people is difficult, they are rare. But one of them is sitting with us here, our Muniji. I would always love to have dinner with Muniji and people like him who have the positive vibrations everywhere where he goes.
Beautiful. I think dinner with anyone here, positive vibrations, what everyone has. You'll be surprised, sir. हमारा Give It Dignity का group है, उसमें लिखा है, let's spread positive vibrations in today's talk. Thank you. Next, I would like to move on to question 4. What is your one favorite thing about Indian culture? And I cannot think of anyone else but Lord Rumi Virji to ask this question first. Because I know it's been so long that you've been to India, but your heart lies there. If you'd like to share, what is one thing that you like about the culture?
I think it's really just following from what GP just said. I think what India embodies for me is its spiritualness. And that covers a lot of things, but it's art, it's culture, it's religion, it's grace, and it's spirituality. And that's what India personifies for me.
Beautiful, beautiful. I think spirituality is a word which we can say again and again today. Lord Ranger, what would you say is your favorite thing about Indian culture? Recently, you tweeted asking people of all religions to feed others. Annadan Mahadan है, आपने recently tweet किया था. Would love to know what is your favorite one thing about Indian culture, sir.
You know, Amitabh and Ritu, you have started something very, very big. It's mind-boggling. But the only thing is, in business, I started my business with £2 with one aim. Business is all about merger to grow, acquisition, or strategic alliance. Because I had £2 capital to start my business, neither I could acquire anyone, nor did anybody want to merge with me. So the only thing I was left with strategic alliance. So now I'm in 130 countries through strategic alliances. Now you can set up strategic alliance with all the religious places in India, mandirs, gurdwara, mosques, churches, and encourage them to feed hungry people, distribute like gurdwaras distribute langars 24/7. Anyone who comes through the door, regardless of race, religion, or gender, we got to pick up good things from everybody, like Guru Nanak did. He picked up the good things about Hinduism and Muslim Sufi. So therefore, you people have to educate mandir. They're amassing money. People give money not to gods. God does not need money. Money is given so the mandirs can use that money to good causes, to feed the hungries and the needies. So therefore, please educate all these people. If there was no money in our mandirs, no Ahmad Shah Abdali, no Muhammad Gauri, no Ghazni would have come to attack India. The only reason they came to attack India because there was mandirs were ready cash deposit. So therefore, my friends, please, and I would like to see that what is the best thing about India is its diversity. In diversity, in India,
Thank you, Lord Ranger. Thank you. We'll work on that vision of yours. Moving next to Lord Jeffrey Archer. Jeffrey, what is your one favorite thing about Indian culture apart from the beautiful women?
I think the thing I most dislike is Bollywood. And the thing I most like, and when I saw the Indian people as a superior race, was when Mr. Kumble took the Indian cricket team to Australia. The way he behaved was an example to us all. The way the Australians behaved was also an example that we wouldn't want to follow. Mr. Kumble became my hero, clearly a well-educated gentleman.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. And Kumble is a brand ambassador for YUVA and for this campaign. So I will pass your message on to him. He will love it. Mr. Piramal, what is your favorite thing about Indian culture? Your one favorite thing?
Well, I would like to start by saying that India is the oldest living civilization, more than 7,000 years old. And the best part of this is that we are a all-inclusive, all-embracing civilization. Our culture is that we are not exclusive. And in fact, the two major religions of the world are exclusive. And they believe that it is only their religion which is the best, and others are regarded as kafirs or infidels and all that. And that is a cause of a lot of strife in the world. So I think this all-inclusiveness of Indian culture is the best part.
I agree. I agree.
I'd also like to add one more point, since others have taken the liberty, that when you said about the purpose of life, according to our Sanatan Dharma, Hindutva, the purpose of life is that we are all, life is a circle of endless birth and rebirth. And the purpose of each human being is that by his good actions, he should end this circle of rebirth so that he achieves moksha. And that is the end of this rebirth cycle.
Thank you, Mr. Piramal. That is the ultimate purpose. I would like to quickly go to the fifth question. And what is one thing Corona has taught you about life? And I would like to start this with Mr. Chhabaria, Prakash Chhabaria.
The one thing that I've learned is life is short, which we all knew, but we always took it for granted. And now when COVID came and we can see how people are losing their lives, we all must be very careful of what we do from birth to death. Very, very important. We don't know when we'll be born. We don't know when we're going to die, but we all believe and behave as if we know everything. So I am always cautious between birth and death. What is it that we'll actually do?
Beautiful. Beautiful. I think all of us have introspected that. Vijay Patel?
Right. Do you know this disease or whatever that has, what we call it, just taught us that nobody is immortal. And this can strike anybody, anytime. And till very recently, we couldn't do a lot about it. But I've realized that we are all absolutely in the hands of God. And that is why I think we have to learn to respect and to love and be a good citizen so that you leave a good legacy, because this can strike us tomorrow and we'll be gone. But what you leave behind would be your legacy. And that's what this is what it has taught me.
No, absolutely. That's a beautiful answer. I would like to quickly go to Ganesh in New York. Ganesh, being the youngest in New York, was so hardest hit. What is one thing that Corona has taught you?
I think the simplest answer to that question is that there's no guarantee of tomorrow. And so I've learned on a much more frequent basis to take stock of my priorities and to reassess them. So I'm doing that much more frequently now than I've ever done before. And it's amazing how dramatically those priorities can change.
We all should take stock. And I think GP Uncle's dear friend Prakash Lohia ji, आपकी बहुत तारीफ हो रही है पूरे सुबह से. If you would like to share one thing that Corona has taught you. Okay, we will just quickly move on to the next person. And I would like to request Lord Billy Moria to answer that question.
Yes, if you look at India, the most diverse country in the world, where there's religion, terrain, languages, race, you name it, the most diverse country in the world, hit by this pandemic like the whole world has. And this is where India's diversity is its strength. And I think with this crisis, which has come from nowhere, nobody anticipated, it's uncertainty and ambiguity that faces us every day. And what we need to get through it, what we've shown we've done to get through it, is a sense of collaboration. What has worked is collaboration, not working on your own, but collaborating globally and within a country, within a city. The next thing is community. The sense of community has got people through, helped people through. And finally, what you're doing today is what is so important, is compassion. So collaboration, community, and compassion.
The 3 C's, we will absolutely remember this. And I would quickly like to move to Swamiji. Swamiji, aap badare hai, to what is one thing, Swamiji, that this is unusual question for you because you always answer people's question, but what is one thing that you have learned because of Corona, sir?
To live our lives with karuna, compassion. Corona has brought karuna in our life. How to live in compassion and to focus on that which actually matters. Our connection with God, our relationship with ourselves, and our relationship with our loved ones. And when you hear the lines, give with dignity, what is the first thing that come to your mind? Only thing is, today what I see, what this our Ritu is doing, Prakash is doing, GP Uncle is doing, and today Prakash ji has given example, giving 1 crore, earning with 100 hands and giving with 1,000 hands. I think that's what we have to do, share with all, give to all, and love all. That only can happen when you have a compassion in your life.
Sorry, मुझे उस पे ताली बजानी पड़ी ऐसी थी. There was because people say make with 1,000 hands and give with 100 hands. आज आपने बोला make with 100 hands and give with 1,000 hands. GP Uncle, what is one thing that you have learned because of Corona?
I want to be very honest. Corona has taught me, firstly, to give away more, because I know one thing, the treasure what I have is not going to go with me. Number 2, I have been more strengthened and brightened with the technology. And based on that, my work still keeps on going. If I was not updated with the technology, I would have been nowhere. And my working hours are much longer than what they used to be in my office. So one thing I would request to all of you, only think how to give away, because whatever treasure you have with you will not go with you, and death is certain. And that comes only when Almighty wants. So we don't have to worry or fear about Karuna Devi.
Vah, 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 vah. Pradeep Uncle?
Well, I think it's, as everyone has said earlier on, life is too short, and Corona has actually said that there is no certainty for what tomorrow will be for any of us. So, and as Swamiji has rightly said, live with dignity and compassion, and make sure we actually live for our loved ones and for humanity in general.
Amazing, amazing. I move on to my last question. And this question is where I want you guys to give blessings or advice to Monit. Monit is a young boy who's living in a room which is 10 by 10 with 4 people and on his way to be a very successful engineer, and who's truly grateful for this campaign that Ritu and YUVA has started together to provide ration and lighten up people's Diwali. So, Lord Archer, if there was one advice you want to give to this young college student, Monit, what would that be?
To the young, if you're a college student, realize immediately how privileged you are, how lucky you are, and what a privileged life you have ahead of you. Every one of us on this screen are privileged people. If there's one thing that's come out of COVID for me, it's realizing just how privileged I am and how I feel for those people in India who do not have a home, who do not have a chance to escape COVID, who do not have a chance to live the privileged lives we've had. That's what COVID has taught me.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Jeffrey. We resonate with you. Sadhviji, I want to feel peace. So I'm going to request you radiate and answer this question as well.
So since we already have a theme of 3 C's today, I would give him 3 C's. And I would say first, compassion. COVID has taught us, of course, our scriptures have told us for thousands of years, but COVID has reminded us we are not separate. We are one. We are connected. We are inextricably linked. And remember that as you succeed, as you grow, as you achieve, remember how linked you are to the tapestry of life, of all people, of all races, all religions, all colors, but also all species, how linked you are to Mother Earth and Mother Nature, and how important the thread of you is in this tapestry of life. So compassion, connection, stay connected. Connected to the divine in whatever that means to you, whatever way, but stay connected to that divine, knowing that that is the truth of who you are. And lastly, courage. Have courage. Succeeding should not be about being a cookie cutter of all of those who have come before. It's really about having that open-hearted courage to meet the challenges that today gives you, because what you're going to be required to give to the world is different from what so many of the people on this call were required. Times are changing, the world is changing, and the only way for you to fulfill that purpose of your life, which is to be that tool, that instrument in the hands of God, is to be open, to be connected, and to have that courage. And lastly, I realize I've gone over 2 lines, but 1/3 line, just lastly, because you're young and you're in college, there will be times that you don't succeed. There will be times that what you want to achieve doesn't happen. And don't let yourself lose heart. Remember, you are not your achievements. You're not your grades. You're not your marks. You are divine. And so don't allow yourself to lose heart when a mark you wanted, a grade you wanted, an achievement you wanted didn't happen. Stay connected to that truth of who you are.
Thank you so much, Sadhviji. The little boy who's here who bangs after 30 seconds is in a divine flow. He forgot to bang, but this was beautiful. We'll remember this oneness. Lord Virgie.
Well, first of all, Monit, congratulations on your incredible courage and your incredible results. I would just give you one of my mottos in life, which is make sure you dare, make sure you care, and make sure you share. And I find if I stick to those principles, I find a guiding light. So I hope that can guide you as well, to dare, to care, and to share.
Thank you, Lord Rumi. We'll all remember this. Dare, care, and share. Mr. Piramal, आप क्या एक advice देना चाहोगे?
Well, I feel very embarrassed to be on the same podium as such illustrious speakers as Sadhvi ji, Lord Archer, and GP, and so on. But I would say that I absolutely agree with whatever they have said. But I would tell the young lad, and I think he already must be knowing it, feeling it, that you should work for the country. You are in such a privileged position, as Lord Archer said, and you must give your best for the country. Work for the country.
Thank you. Work for the country, Monit. Sangram ji, wrestling champion, the fittest guy on the panel. आप क्या advice देना चाहेंगे मोनित को?
Wrestle करो.
मैं देना चाहूंगा कि be honest. मतलब आप अपना दोस्त बनो, अपने दोस्त बनो और अपने लिए ईमानदार रहो, तो आप कुछ कर सकते हो। और सबसे प्रायोरिटी आपका शरीर है। अगर आप अपने दोस्त नहीं बने, अपने लिए ईमानदार नहीं रहे, तो हार्ड वर्क सब करते हैं, मेहनत सब करते हैं। You will get success when you are honest with yourself, when you are friend yourself. So I think this is the best advice.
Fantastic, fantastic. Lord Ranger, अगर आप एडवाइस देना चाहे मोनित को 2 लाइन में, आप क्या बताएंगे सर?
Well, there is no silver bullet. I will give him these 5 principles. Number 1, self-respect. Always maintain your respect. Nobody should insult you for any of your action. You must have commitment. No matter how clever you are, without commitment, you're not going to go far. You have to have ethics. Without ethics, you can't build a world-class company. You have to have vision. Without vision, you're a headless chicken, unable to find your destination. And finally, empathy. You've got to empathize with everybody, your customer, supplier, your staff, your parents, your friends. You have to empathize. So these are the 5 principles which made me what I am today.
No, amazing, amazing 5 principles. I think we are all having such a plethora of wisdom. I would like to quickly ask again in a couple of lines to 2 other people to share. Ayushi Verma, who's been a great source of support to us in the north. Ayushi, if you'd please share your thoughts to Monit.
Monit, all the best for you. And I would just say that you're very, very privileged and best is yet to come your way. That's all I would like to say.
Thank you. Gaurav bhai, आप क्या बताएंगे 2 लाइन में मोनित को? Gaurav Kumar, who's been helping us in UP. Gaurav bhai, आप क्या बताना चाहेंगे मोनित को?
गौरव जी वॉशरूम गए हैं।
Unfortunately, Gaurav, we cannot hear you. But we like the blessings you are giving, and we are grateful for your support. The governor of UP is going to flag off. Thanks to Gaurav. Friends, I take this moment. This is a surprise. जो आपको देनी, this is a pure surprise, and it's going to give you divine joy. और ये 3 मिनट की एक अद्भुत कविता, J.D. Majetia, who's the Jerry Seinfeld of Indian television. He's made tons of super hit TV shows. आपने शायद सारा भाई वर्सेस सारा भाई और खिचड़ी देखा होगा. मुझे पता है प्रकाश भाई को तो बहुत पसंद है. जीपी अंकल, उन्होंने स्पेशली आपके लिए कृष्णा और सुदामा को ऐड किया है ये कविता में. So, JD bhai, can you please share this poem? This is going to become a video with almost 15 of India's top celebrities and cricketers. It's going to come out on 2nd October. JD Majetia, please share the poetry with us.
Hello, everybody. It's my honor and privilege to be here with, sharing the screen with all of you. And actually, I wanted to reply each and every question Amitabh asked, but because of this poem, he knew that I'm going to read this poem. He didn't ask me a single question. And I wanted to answer almost every question. And you all have really answered it so well. And I learned so many things. I wanted to add one thing. that what this corona phase has taught all of us is we all have tremendous amount of adaptability. The human capacity is we are so adaptable that we can survive under any circumstances and any situation. We are so talented. God has been so kind with humankind. So that was one answer, that we have adaptability, which I have really discovered. A lot of things I discovered, and soon I will move to the poem because I was not supposed to reply any question. So
please move, JD bhai, because some people are gonna. Swamiji has to go, so I want him to hear. So please start.
सदियों से मनाते हैं दिवाली का त्योहार कुछ इस ढंग, नए नए कपड़े, दीवारें पे नए रंग, चौखट पे रंगोली, फूलों के तोरण, मन में उमंग, पूजा फटाके, भेंट सौगात, मित्रों और परिवार के संग। लेकिन कुछ महीनों से ऐसा मचा है हाहाकार कि जन्मदिन से लेकर हर उत्सव पर सभी को घर में ही रहना पड़ा है बन के लाचार। ना शिकायत करी ना निकले बाहर बन के जिम्मेदार, लॉकडाउन में ही रहे क्योंकि किसी को नहीं होना था कोरोना का शिकार। जो कमाया था, जो बचाया था, उसी में संभल गया परिवार। पर सभी की किस्मत ऐसी नहीं मेरे यार, बहुतों के तो खत्म हो गए हैं घर बार। कुछ मजबूर है पर मांगेंगे नहीं, ऐसे है खुददार। कुछ मजबूर है पर मांगेंगे नहीं, ऐसे है खुददार। चाहे क्यों न फीका जाए उनके परिवार का एक और त्योहार। Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. चाहे क्यों न फीका जाए उनके परिवार का एक और त्योहार। हमने भी ठान ली है उभर कर निखारेंगे अपना किरदार। हमने भी ठान ली है उभर कर निखारेंगे अपना किरदार। आप अगर स्वमानी सुदामा है, आप अगर स्वमानी सुदामा है, तो हम भी कृष्ण जैसे मित्र बनने को है तैयार।
बहुत खूब।
वो दिवाली ही क्या जहां दिल जले दियों की जगह पर, वो दिवाली ही क्या जहां दिल जले दियों की जगह पर सपने खुशियां उम्मीदें बह जाएं आंसू बनकर। जागो उठो कसम लो सभी मिलकर, जागो उठो कसम लो सभी मिलकर कि इस दिवाली दिया जलेगा हिंदुस्तान की हर चौखट पर।
वाह।
मिठाई बने ना बने मुंह मीठा कर लेंगे थोड़ी सी शक्कर खाकर। मिठाई बने ना बने मुंह मीठा कर लेंगे थोड़ी सी शक्कर खाकर। भले ही गले न मिल पाए अपनों को घर घर जाकर। हम सभी को इतना करना है निर्धार कि खाली पेट न सोया हो कहीं भी किसी का भी कोई भी परिवार। सुरक्षित भी रहना है, साबुन सैनिटाइजर से हाथ धोकर। दूरियां बनाए रखनी है, फिर भी रहना है दिलों से जुड़कर। ऐसा फैलाना है खुशी का वायरस सभी को साथ मिलकर कि मास्क पहने चेहरों के पीछे भी खुशियां उभराए मुस्कान बनकर। इस दिवाली आसमान में धुआं नहीं, इस दिवाली आसमान में धुआं नहीं, दुआ फैलाते हैं हम सब एक साथ जुड़कर कि ऊपर वाला भी खुश हो जाए उसके अपने बनाए हुए इंसान देखकर। वही बनेगा हमारा तारणहार, गिव विथ डिग्निटी का सबसे बड़ा मददगार। तभी मनेगा सही मायने में पूरे देश में दिवाली का त्योहार, क्योंकि पूरा देश है हमारा परिवार, पूरा देश है हमारा परिवार।
प्रकाश छाबरिया जी, आपने ये लिखने में हेल्प कराई थी, बट वी वुड वांट अ रिएक्शन फ्रॉम यू एंड जीपी सर। वी ऑल हैव गूज़बम्प्स। प्रकाश भाई, फर्स्ट यू, आपको कैसी लगी ये कविता? आप
कुछ बोल नहीं सकता हूँ दीदी साहब, आपने तो रुला दिया।
अरे नहीं
कमाल।
प्रकाश जी, आपने जो मुझे सैनिटाइजर वाली सजेशन दिया था, उसको मेरे I could improvise in much better way. Thank you very much for that.
And guys, like I said, 15 celebrities are going to read this poem and it's going to become a video we'll send to all of you. GP Uncle, any of your thoughts on the poem?
You see, this poem has the reality of life. It has so much depth in it that if one tries to digest it, he can really enjoy and get the happiness of life. And to Mohit, I would like to give one piece of advice, that life is full of challenges and struggles. He should not get worried. And whenever he finds obstacles, he should not treat them as stopping stones, but stepping stones to grow higher.
Beautiful, beautiful. And we'll all step on those stones and move forward. And I think I must thank Gayatri Chabaria, who's been working behind the scenes, and she's relentless, guys. She will suck your blood if you don't reply to her on time and do things properly. But I want to say one thing that I have never, and I've been doing this for the last 15 years, I have never met a young person so compassionate, so driven, so detail-oriented. I think a lot of credit goes to Rituji, to you and Prakashji for raising such a talented, wonderful, kind person. Also the entire team at MMF, Shalom, and everybody else. We love you guys, and we are with you guys, Jab Tak Hai Jaan. We are proud of the relentless efforts that you guys put in. So thank you, and thank you, Raj Bhatt, for joining us. Thank you, Lord Archer, for connecting me to GP Uncle, and thank you, Michael Urvik. You know, you are the one who connected me to Ritu and GP and shared that we could come up with a beautiful partnership to serve the society. It's going to happen. I'm going to say Hare Krishna, and I'm going to hand over to Lord Jeffrey Archer to give the concluding remarks. So Lord Archer, over to you, sir.
First, can I say, picking up something GP said, it's better to give than to receive. You, Amitabh, are an example of someone who gives. Giving is not just money. For busy people, it's time. Time is almost more difficult to give, sometimes easy to get out by sending a check. And you have devoted your life to this cause and deserve great praise. And finally, you lot on the screen who are getting no praise at all, pay attention. Amitabh has instructed me to read out to you so that you get it into your brains the following. Are you ready? Friends, it only takes £10 to feed a needy family of 4 for 2 months. So far, they've raised enough for 50,000 families. The target is to reach another 50,000, making 100,000. I want every one of you on this screen to say you will help Amitabh by supporting those families who are in need. I know you will. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lord Archer. Thank you for those kind words. I'll reach out to all of my friends tomorrow morning. And I don't think I'll have to reach out. They'll reach out to me. But I would like to end again, and I would like to go back to Ganesh because he's up so early and he's the youngest guy on the panel. And Ganesh, if you had to share, because there's thousands of young people like you, young successful entrepreneurs who are watching as well. If you had to share with them what you learned today from these stalwarts, what would that be?
Give me the hardest question at the end. I think the biggest takeaway from today, again, and from the past few months in this new world we're living in, and I have to remind myself because I'm certainly not perfect, and which is to remember compassion and empathy, and take a moment to think about, to spend my time thinking about people other than myself. And I say this because we all live busy lives. work objectives and goals. And it really takes a conscious effort, or at least it does for me, to sit and think about those around me, not just the neediest that we can think about, but also how do we touch the lives of just those around us every day, especially when we're not in physical contact anymore. And so my biggest takeaway from this call is to live first and foremost with empathy and compassion, and have those emotions and principles at the forefront of who I am, versus as an afterthought or a secondary thought. So I'm very grateful for that, for those lessons.
Thank you, Ganesh. That was well said. And since we have last 2 minutes, we have 2 more minutes. And this guy, this wrestler, GP uncle, I think
Amitabh, I have a suggestion.
Please, sir.
I have learned from my late father that one should not feel shy to have a begging bowl. I would strongly recommend that each and every participant here, whether it is £1 or it is 100,000 pounds, each one should announce what they are giving here, so that all the other participants and the audience are inspired and get committed. Let's start from Lord Remy Ranger.
Hindujaji, whatever you say, I will donate. I think we should start with minimum 10,000 pounds each.
Fine. That's a good start. Thank you, Remy. Go forward, Amitabh, one by one.
I have done 20,000 pounds already.
Good. Excellent. Sangramji, your wrestling will help 100,000 lives.
Thank you.
Next, Vijay Patel.
10,000 pounds.
10,000 pounds. Rumi, Lord.
Always happy to follow anything you say, GP, and happy to follow as well. Such a worthy cause.
Yeah, but announce whatever your heart tells.
I'll follow 10,000 pounds. It'll be a pleasure.
Good. Go ahead, all of us. Amitabh, why don't you ask each and everyone rather than me asking?
ये पार्ट ऑफ द एजेंडा नहीं था जीपी अंकल, इसलिए आप ही पूछो तो ही अच्छा रहेगा। मुझे तो
मैं बोलूं
हाँ यार दिलीप
साहब बोलिए।
देखो भैया, आप लोग तो ये सब पाउंड और डॉलर हमको नहीं समझ में आता है, हम देशी आदमी हैं।
अच्छा रुपी बोल यार।
आप हजारों में बात करते हैं, हम लाखों में बात करते हैं, तो मैं 10 लाख बोल रहा हूँ।
Thank you, Dilip uncle. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lord Billy Moria.
I will await hearing from you and contact the Cobra Foundation chairman and give as much as we possibly can. And I guarantee you that. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's good.
I know there will be a lot more. Jamnagar ma?
25K. 25,000.
25,000 pounds. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Ganesh, not to put you on the spot.
No, why not?
Why not? 10,000 pounds. It is.
Don't feel shy. Amitabh, ask from each and everyone. Even if they give 10 pounds, you should take it as 100,000 pounds.
Thank you, Ganesh, for 10,000 pounds. This is wonderful. Parna, GP uncle, आपने मेरा प्लान फर्जी कर दिया. मैं सबको ईमेल डाल के 100,000 पाउंड्स मांगने वाला था. आपने सबके सामने 10,000 करा दिया. पर we love you. जो भी बैलेंस रहेगा हम आपसे मांगेंगे अब.
Whatever is the shortfall, I will pay it.
हाँ, GP uncle को लाखों नहीं देना है. Listen, GP uncle has to give in lakhs, but in pounds, not rupees like.
Don't worry. I would never say no for a good cause.
Lord Archer, this has never been done before, but we would love a donation from you and Mary to feed the children in your schools as well.
We shall continue to support you both with time and money.
Good.
Thank you, Lord Archer. Because Lord Archer is master of raising millions from people. I think we are the only charity, YUVA's only charity where he gives money and time and energy. Thank you, GP uncle, for being so forthright. With that, I think everybody here.
No, you have still many other names. You have not announced them.
Yes.
Raj Bhatt. Are we missing anybody? Raj Bhatt, Saab? Elora?
Yeah, I would talk. I run many such programs in India already. So I will be in touch anyway. Thank you.
Thank you, Raj Bhai. Okay, guys, we'll reach out to everybody else. But honestly, thank you for your time, compassion, and support. Thank you, JD. Thank you, Rituji. Rituji, you want to say parting words and thank everyone, and we end with that.
What can I say? I think, what you had as a plan, Amitabh Ji, which was planned for tomorrow, I think we've achieved so much on this platform. And I think we're all parting with a bigger smile, really a bigger smile and a lot more to do. So I think my team, your teams have a lot more to do on ground level, a lot more beneficiaries, a lot more verifications, and a lot more supplies that we need. So we are making the self-help groups and everyone that we're willing to purchase from a happier household as well. So we thank you all for being over here, and a big thank you to Amitabh Ji, my dad, Lord Ranger, Lord Villoria, everyone. I'm sorry if I'm not saying the names out loud, but truly very overwhelmed, and thank you.
Thank you again, Lord Archer. Thank you for connecting to GP and this thing happened. We are truly grateful. Love you guys. Thank you. Jai Hind. And let Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
जेडी सर रह गए.
राम राम हरे हरे.
हाँ क्या संग्राम जी?
जेडी सर की अनाउंसमेंट रह गई.
क्या?
नहीं संग्राम जी, आप सबको फिट रहने का बताना चाहोगे कुछ कि हेल्दी रहना चाहिए सबको. बिलियनर तो हो गए सारे, पर फिट हो सकते हैं.
भैया 4 चीजें फॉलो कर लो, सबको बता रहा हूँ. खाना भूख से कम, पानी डबल, वर्कआउट ट्रिपल और हंसना 4 गुना. ये सब कर लो, हो गया फिट.
Very good.
Thank you. Okay.
Amit, call me whenever suitable.
I will. Lots of love. Bye, Vijay uncle. Bye, Pradeep uncle. Bye, GP. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Marupati, huh?